Hope you're all doing good. I'm here again, as I promised to kind of continue our tutorial about the InEight platform, and I want to explore some of the useful features that the InEight model has, and I didn't have the chance to cover in the previous video. So let's get started. So you have seen this before. This is my sample kind of sandbox model that I have. An NWC export of the same model and the InEight model sandbox project that I have. So I want to just build a connection. So first, let's export this model again. Okay, so now we have our model exported in the InEight sandbox project. I'm going to save it. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to investigate something called analyze model changes. We know that we have like model comparison feature in ACC where we can compare the different versions of the model, but we're going to see how that feature looks like inside the InEight environment. So let's jump into the Revit. So I'm going to kind of add some modifications to this model. For example, I'm going to select this beam and modify it. Okay. I'm going to add like a new column somewhere here. And imagine that I'm going to delete one of these joists as well. Okay, so these are the changes that I made to this model, and you can see that a new column has been added. You know, the size of the beam has been changed, and I'm gonna export this back to NWC, and then from the NWC to InEight, and want to see how the InEight can show the changes of the model. So stay tuned. Okay, now you see that I re-exported the model again into InEight after the modification that I made here. If you remember, I kind of deleted this beam. I changed the size of this beam. But let's see how InEight reacted to this. If you see, it was kind of successful to show what has happened. But when you see here, after you export the model, it automatically created a tag user, which shows, okay, between December 7 and December 7, what happened to the model was like a bunch of element has been added and a bunch of elements have been updated. In terms of added elements, if you see that it shows that the beam that I changed the size, it's considered as added. The column that I kind of created is good. That's considered as an added. But when I deleted this joist from here, as you remember, which was here, you see it's showing a bunch of elements here that are modified. So I don't know, it doesn't make sense. Maybe there are some parameters in the Revit that when we change the BIM system here, you know, because when we change this one, we got a warning, but this is like elements have duplicate mark values. Maybe there's a parameter that has been changed inside the model. So because this one, for example, have the mark value of B1, and this one is also have B1, but it's not sort of like a geometrical change or something like that happened in the model. But anyways, it still needs, you know, kind of improvement, but at least you have the ability to show the changes in the model. It creates like a doubt for you what has happened here. You can get back to that location in the model, ask the designer or the modeler what has happened, why the design has changed, why you know, change the beam here in terms of the height, and you are using a low profile beam here, or what's the reason that this column has been added? Is it a modeling error? And then you can take a screenshot of this area, or even you can select all these added elements and report these two elements IDs to the modeler and ask for questions. So this is how the model analyzer works in InEight. So on the next chapter of this video, I'm going to see how data operations work. Now, for the last part of this quick tutorial, I want to walk you through how data operation works in InEight, which is a very powerful tool. So let's see how it works. Under the logic menu, we have like an option called DTO. DTO is like an acronym for data transformation operations. So it means that you can create any kind of data operation on your model, including, adding parameters, writing a parameter to another kind of attribute, modify the attributes of the elements, and create like conditional formatting in terms of color coding based on a parameter, and a lot of kind of options that you can have using this feature. So let's open the data transformation operations. I'm gonna put it somewhere here so we can have like the model view and the data operation. So let's make it a little bit larger now. So we have three sections. You see, we have the DTO, then we have the selector, and then we have the action. So let's first create a DTO. So I'm going to create like, first we need to create a group. I'm going to call it like DTO sets 1 or number 1. And then I'm going to create a subgroup inside that. It's like how you manage your kind of data structures for these details. I'm going to say, okay, for example, new tags, number 1, something like. And then when we go to the selector, it shows that we added a new DTO. And let's get started and write something very simple. So we want the tag to be like a tag. We want to add a new attribute to our kind of elements. And our base would be, for example, imagine we can say volume, and then we can create a condition here, for example, for those ones that have tested here. You see it's selecting most of the elements, but maybe we can add another rule and limit it to only, for example, a specific element type. So here I can add another one with an AND condition, and I can say that the category equals to maybe structure framing, and see if we need to go higher, for example, I don't know, 50, and test it. Yeah, now I have a good kind of sense. So I ask him to select all the beams or structure framing that has the volume of concrete more than 50 cubic of foot. So just a reminder, everything here is in feet. So now we can have an action. Okay, what kind of action you want? I want to tag them. And my new tag name would be like elements, volume, condition. And then I'm going to say it is like over 50, or I can say big pores, something like that. And then I can run my selector. You see quickly, if you see all these elements, if I close my DTO, you see all these elements are selected, and if I hide unselected, you can see that it selects all of these beams, and if randomly I select one of them, you can see that this element volume condition has been added. So the tag has been added to the model elements, and I can easily, use the tag and objects and select all those elements immediately. And as I said, you can easily get a data exporter. If you review part 1, you can get an instant Excel file with an elements ID column and all of these new tags, and you can easily talk to Revit through a very simple dynamo. So this is how our data operation also works inside, and there are a lot of options that you can have here. You can change the action type. The action type can be creating a temporary property, create a calculated property. For example, you can concatenate text, you can numbers, you can tag, you can create like a sequential tags, okay, select all the beams and tag them from 1 to 10, whatever. You can do a lot of quantity takeoff stuff here, but it's very great. It's very fast and easy to work with. And I really like the data transformation operations inside InEight, and also its interaction with this Excel, which makes it easy for any kind of user to work with the BIM model information. Hope you like this video, and hope to see you on my next tutorials. Again, what I like is just to transfer what I have learned so far about different platforms with you guys. And my whole purpose is to deliver some practical contents that you can apply in your current workflows. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.